this is Jen from Windrose Fiber Studio. Today I thought I would share with you some of my textile purchases from a recent trip to Lima, Peru. All of these items were purchased in and around the Inka market. This is located in the Miraflores neighborhood, just north of Kennedy Park. I will leave the address in the description below. I have to start off by saying I am a collector of bags. I love them, and I especially love woven bags. Colorful ones like this one are about my favorite thing to purchase. So this was my big splurge and treat to myself. I just thought the colors were beautiful. This is 100% wool. It's naturally dyed. It's fully lined. I love the addition of the band work. The little pom-poms bring me joy. I just like everything about this bag. To give you a better idea of the size of the backpack, it measures about 14 inches, both in width and in height. I paid 75 Peruvian soles, which comes to $19.64 in US dollars. I think that is a wonderful price, and I couldn't be more pleased. In the interest of sharing, I have to admit that I went to the Inka market twice without making a purchase, even though I was surrounded by the textiles I love. There were just so many stalls packed full of similar items, all of which looked appealing, but I really struggle with sensory overload. You'll rarely find me in a big box store for the same reason. It's almost like my brain stops functioning properly. To make matters more challenging, because all of the sellers are competing for your business, you can't walk into or even buy a stall without them immediately showing you their goods and telling you their prices. The problem with this is that I am also quite introverted, so between the sensory overload and being constantly approached, I was having a very hard time. I took a couple days off and then steeled myself to go back in because I desperately wanted to shop. So little did those well-meaning sellers know it would be the one that gave me the most space that would get my business. Does anyone else struggle like this? All that being said, I finally was able to buy some gifts to take home. While sharing there, I shared two smaller bags. These are about 7 by 6 inches. They are also 100% wool and fully lined. They run about $7 to $9 USD. I also picked out this 12 by 9 inch shoulder bag. This one is not lined, but it is also 100% wool, and I just didn't see as many items with a warm background like this brown earth tone, so I thought it was really pretty. The cost, once again, was right around 35 soles, or about $9 USD. Switching over to alpaca for a moment, because can you really go to Peru without buying some alpaca? I bought these little pouches. I really loved the crewel work. My mother did crewel embroidery when I was growing up, so it sort of reminds me of my childhood. In fact, this pretty white one is earmarked for my mom. These 3 pouches are 100% alpaca. They're all fully lined. They're completely hand sewn, and they each cost about $9.25 USD. Just when you probably thought I was done with the woven handbags, I found these little coin purses, and these have so much detail. They're really quite remarkable. They're about 4 by 3 inches. They cost about $5 each. Fully lined, 100% wool, beautiful band work. I love them. At the front of each booth, you could usually find smaller items and trinkets. I picked up a handful of scrunchies. As a younger person, I did not wear hair scrunchies very often, but now that I am an adult living in Arizona, I truly see the value of sometimes just piling all your hair up on top of your head. It keeps you cool. Oh, and here's something that I didn't buy in the Inka market. When you're in the parks and on the boardwalk, there are local women who sell these flowers. It's kind of fun to see something crocheted as a crocheter. And the sweet thing about these is if you pull down the petals, there's a little doll inside. Now, I have seen patterns like this before going to Peru, but I really liked the idea of supporting these women, and I just thought these dolls were sweet. So I have one in pink, and I picked up a second one in purple. Back to my Inka market haul. The rest of my things are kind of just little items, little trinkets like this little doll, and there were little llamas everywhere. Whenever I made a purchase, the seller often handed me a little trinket on my way out the door. This knit llama really reminded me of ornaments that my mother-in-law had on her Christmas tree. I think members of her family used to knit ornaments like this one, so that appealed to me just for nostalgia's sake. You can find these little, I don't know if these are supposed to be llama or alpaca. I think they look a little bit more like llama, but the fur is absolutely alpaca, and you find these in gift shops all over the place. So that's about all I have here to show you today. I also picked up a couple of knit alpaca beanies. I've already given one to my husband and one to my son. They were 100% baby alpaca, super soft, and only cost about $12 each. So in summary, all of the items you see here range in price from about $5 to $20. Before leaving on my trip, I saw a few YouTube videos that suggested that you should haggle with the vendors because they will often come down in price. I really didn't feel the need to haggle. I think partly because of my tentative nature, if I just hesitated for a moment or two, they often brought the price down a bit. Between that and just my pure love of textiles and knowing how much work goes into items like these, I was happy to pay their prices. I guess that's all for today. I also did a yarn haul, and I'll leave that linked in the description below if you'd like to see the yarn that I purchased while I was in Lima. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, please consider hitting like and subscribe. I post patterns on Tuesdays, so if you crochet and you like to check out new designs, please come and join me. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.